Yo, what's good, guys? Carlos Correa, man, this guy has had the craziest offseason ever. Um, he's back to the Twins on a 6-year, $200 million deal. That's according to every one of the baseball insiders, Jeff Passan, John Heyman. I think John Morosi was also on it. But everything with this guy is crazy. This is the third team he signed with in one offseason. It has to be the craziest offseason for any player in the MLB history. The second part of this, and what confuses me, is the Mets' final offer to him was, I believe, 6 years, $157.5 million. So we all know who the Mets owner is. It's Steve Cohen. He's the richest owner in baseball by far, and it's not even close. So my question is, if the Mets were willing to go 6 years for Correa, why would they not try to match the Twins in terms of money, but in years, when we all know that Steve Cohen obviously has the money to eat Correa's deal, even if he's not putting up the same production in 3 years or so after the second or third year of the deal. That's very confusing to me. Now I understand that Manny Machado has an opt-out after next year, so are the Mets looking for Machado to opt out and then they throw all their money at him? I think they have to do that almost out of necessity after passing on Correa. And Cohen said that, I think it was to John Heyman, that Correa was the last piece that the Mets needed to take them over the top. So it's all very confusing. But I believe that the Mets have to do whatever they can, assuming Manny does opt out of his deal with the Padres. I believe they have to do all they can. The Mets have to do all they can to sign Manny Machado. If they somehow don't, and I think they will, because again, Cohen has the money, and Buck, Showalter, and Machado obviously have a great relationship from their time in Baltimore. But if they somehow don't sign Machado, do they go after Shohei Ohtani? Billy Epler is the Mets GM, and he's the one that convinced Shohei to come to the Los Angeles Angels. He was the GM of the Angels at the time. Now he's obviously the general manager of the Mets. So is Ohtani in play to come to New York? Does he want to come to New York? So I'm very intrigued to see what the Mets do come next offseason, because I think they're done with making major moves for the rest of this offseason, considering spring training is in about a month or so, a little more than a month. But I could be wrong, and I'll report it when I hear about it. You guys know that. In other baseball news, Trevor Story now needs UCL surgery. Man, does Boston not re-signing Bogarts look bad now? Because Story was going to be the replacement piece for Xander Bogaerts. And now it looks like he won't be ready until the earliest end of May or June. So that looks like a really bad piece to let go of in Xander Bogaerts, because now you don't have a shortstop or a second baseman, at least a quality one, to play those key positions for you. So I think they're going to be in hell for at least the first 2 months of the season, and I don't think they are going to recover from that, because I know it's weird to say the Red Sox don't have a lot of talent, but they don't. Outside of Devers, who do you really look to and be like, hey, that's a really, really good player that they have on their squad? They lost Evaldi. Eduardo Rodriguez was a stable piece for them for a lot of years that they lost to Detroit a year ago, I believe. So, Chris Sales, not a piece that you expect to make all 32 starts for you. Lord knows when he's gonna pitch. So yeah, I think that Boston's gonna be in purgatory, and their hole could be so large by the time Story comes back that they fall out of the American League East race by late May or early June, considering how good the rest of the AL East is. The Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays, who you always have to account for with how well they're run, and the Baltimore Orioles, who just came up out of nowhere last season and have extremely good young talent. And I think they're on the up and up. And obviously the New York Yankees, who are the class of the AL East. I don't think anyone will debate that. Especially with the acquisition of Rodon and the re-signing of Rizzo, Judge, and those guys. So yeah, I feel like Boston's gonna be in the cellar for pretty much the whole season. Now, in regards to the Yankees, it doesn't look to me that they're gonna trade for a left fielder, and we all know who that guy is, and Brian Reynolds. So for me and to a lot of people, it's either gonna be Oswaldo Cabrera, which I hope it is at this point, since like I said, I don't think we're trading for Reynolds, or Aaron Hicks. And good Lord, I don't want it to be Aaron Hicks, man, because I think he's lost all his magic at the plate. Yeah, he's a good on base guy. Yeah, he'll have good at bats, but do you really want a guy as your starting left fielder that hits 220 with 9 home runs, when you have Oswaldo who brings a spark of energy every time he goes out there. And again, in limited games in the outfield, he had 9 outfield assists, which was second on the team behind Aaron Judge. So for a guy with no experience up until last season, playing the outfield as well as he did, I would much rather prefer to have him as our starting left fielder compared to Aaron Hicks. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Yankees will trade for Reynolds before the season? Do you guys think, like me, that the left field job will be between Correa and Hicks? And do you guys think the Mets will go after Machado or Ohtani next offseason after whiffing on Correa? Let me know. Alright guys, until next time, peace out, have a good night.